here. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Darkness.
Oh.
Elko Hidra Buglo Hans. Seastabon Rajadorn. Thagon Welrog. Tosan Opaiki. Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. Tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The dark minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
The presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
Finally! Fresh air! Yeah, not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, Sinister One is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful for Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones of little solace. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Oh, not wearing a mask. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all. Where is that accursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend. I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order the search perimeter to be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency would bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath though I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Ramu will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a self, I would strongly consider myself finding another idol. Which reminds me, what of the sylphs we captured? Half of them seem to be in reasonably good health when I last looked. Apologies, my lord. We fear we might have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion, were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well I did not entrust you to the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhaps it wasn't kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion, I can fair taste it, but at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Ah, yes. Though it mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? And that alone you are right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise, and its shall burn so bright that Lord Van Baelsar's ultimate weapon will seem mere candle beside it. Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain. This one fears this one. That one other taken on also suffered same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noraxia. Do not pass judgment so hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does Walking One feel unwell? This one would know what brings Walking One to this place. Came to this one's rescue at Noraxia's bidding? Then this one owes Walking One a debt of gratitude. Walking One has questions about Love Ramu, then this one will provide answers. But first, let us quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When Walking One is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then to settle, let this one accompany Walking One outside. you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder as well. Oh, thank gods for that. I don't really know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full guy Frixio didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us the peace with the Sylphs. Else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends with Charlie and Twin Adder. You've both done Gridania a great service this day, lass, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Drillers in so doing. Be sure and come and by and whenever you feel like a drop of puke and fire water. Say, friend, there's something I would like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace. This Azamount Rose Oil. It's a gift to celebrate the return of the tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Till the strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. When by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12s would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is simply the hope that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. Actually, log. North Shroud. Really? North Shroud? North Shroud. Yeah, we'll get that one soon. Yeah. Central Shroud. Central Shroud. Okay. Western down for falls. I can take care of that. Shroud. gift one from Walking One Buscaron. A gift for these ones. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscaron and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones are utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let these ones be friends forever. This one has been expecting walking ones. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Rathima. You've just been hearing of your tale of your deeds of daring do. Very well done. Ah, the walking ones who ate in Noraxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when the Imperial ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial ones closely. But these ones watched too closely. And Imperial ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. This one had not. And Totorak, Sinister One, robed in black, tried to feed this one to Many-Legged One. A Sinister One robed in black? Why do I have a feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears words of the Elder Seeds. This one sees. So walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Plainly put, yes. Your people summoned the Lord 11 but once, yet that had single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seeds here wrote to you. This one knows and respects the Horned One Kane Senna. Be assured, like walking ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect wood from the Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all those who took part in that became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but do not know how. Still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how. So this one fled into a little solace with all those who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones resides, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough with touched ones, so one to speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take down their opponents embodied by the primal in question. In case of sylphs, Ramu's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile to trespassers, but what about the abductions? Fine question. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered sylphs' desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. The crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold. Time reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to the Horned One, Canny said. And with that, I believe you can lay the matter of Lord Ramu to rest. That Sylph's elder is very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from it. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel only fair to observe that one of us would recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're gonna head back to the Waking Sands and tell Manvelia all about it. Fear not, we'll be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Frix's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. This honors this one's. Together, let the Waking Ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One, Rathima. This one's yet to give Walking One the token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as symbol of these one's trust. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far cooler than this one can imagine. Brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. The crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks us down safe places to look out for Touched Ones. if it isn't Rathima. I want the meeting with the Sylphs. Mr. Finn is Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict. What they do they intend to summon Ramu. And so long as we leave the tempered ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Cecil will be able to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures. And in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources toward tackling more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this great nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Cecil to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the science and the science dawn not offered the mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into the newest conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Mephilia. Hello? Hello, Rathima? Can you hear me? It is I, Mephilia. Eden and Papalima returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the large name of one primal may be struck from my list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn our attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waiting stands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Nope. Talk to Tantara. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure, welcome back, Rathima. Lady Mephilia awaits you within the Solar. Please enter your leisure. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. I fear resolve bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightfully claim. Yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thank you for sparing no effort. There are many in one, just as he suspected. The purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but at least I quite well. I feel as if we have scarcely seen her in the recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldesian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed. Why do you ask? You scarcely need my permission to act. It's good to see you again, Rathima. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, the conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Silence proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. So who's next? Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices. For a time, at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Yustola says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when the primal will next return to plague the land. This being the case, we can proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend on it. Indeed. So then, with all the known primals that have been active in recent times, you are left with... Gridania! Wait, I mean Garuda, who's the primal of the exile who live near Gridania. Yeah, that's what I meant. So many moms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have waited for a more practical solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth the Order of the Tornado will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You've earned it. Is there something else, Rathima? Beg pardon. A man named La Habrea, sporting a red mask and robe in black. 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Assassins took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in the primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think. Tataru! A sylph in Thanalan? At long last, this one finds walking one Rathima. This one is most dependable of these ones. It's sent by Elder Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Noraxia. Yes, Tataru is ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged from the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Rathima, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Assassins' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to declare at their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. I'm afraid that there's no rest for the weary, Rathima. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked men, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians. only that the destruction follows in the wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that wrecks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Mortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with the Flame Commander Swift at the Halls of Frame in Nulda to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I'll leave wholly to your discussion. But whatever you do, never forget that we're dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe. Masked Man? Ah, you're come on behalf of the Science, of course. Yes, we've already relayed to Lady Manipula that there's been a sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Denmark. Brassblade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Keeker. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may have well caught a glimpse of return. You could always do worse than speak with a merchant named Hiki Barrow. Fellows always starve for customers, and no doubt welcome your attention whether or not you have the coin or the mind to spend it. swear to. Damn it. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Adventurer, whatever you seek, I, he, Baruch, invited. Probably. You're after a masked man. I'm not so sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. I think a while may help you learn a thing too, eh? With the order of Northpaw began excavating the ruins below, I'd hoped that the High Bridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to their nigh-endless beastman raids, folks are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. If things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah, I'll take you, bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go ask the other merchants. I have heard of the masked devil. Seems he's only appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about downland too. No folks have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment in the imagination, but little known about him otherwise. Of a masked man, I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. Says he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's all I can say, little as it is. seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters looking about. Folks have been hiring a bridge of wide breath as well the Keegan braids. None but the most devout pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Judging by your expression, I take it you can learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness the other, but it's just things are tough for us merchants right now. Kicker and raids have been so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone's orchestrating it all. Gentlemen, my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise I'll keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Finally got some honest to God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out in front of the eating stall minding my own business when I noticed a column of smoke rising from the cliff over at Thalster's Pike. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by fire. As if in answer, some Keekern appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It would be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you're proving yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well, worth all the lingering out you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Get wrecked. Oh, Matsu. Oh, what's what? Selling. So soon, we're able to find any clues leading to your masked men. This scroll. Praise and prayer to Raga, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Raga is a guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Guardian rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I heard you my last guild that you're sailing was Alamigo. It seems this masked man of yours is very welcome. I must confess, the merchant and me envy such a diverse network of contacts. Thus have some merchants also since danger ahead, darkness besides. We'd certainly rather not take things nice and slow here at high rate. bandit you had a run-in and somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that you want to go and pick up the trail again, you should go out to Little Alamigo over in southern town. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is their favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Nola. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland you live in. For all intents and purposes, is a lawless place. Be prepared for a not so warm welcome. I'm not certain how much of help she will be, but it so happens my daughter has relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihiro, and it shouldn't hurt you to seek her out first. And well, you'll have your attention. I'd be obliged if you can send my love. My day goes by, I don't think of it. I suppose this is it then. Hope you would linger here a while. Call some fees, spend some coin, what have you. But something tells me you're destined for greater things. Whatever it is you end up, wish you the best. Why, yes, Hikibaru is my father. He said, what? Oh, I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters. But I'm grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here might be seeing something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundabald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer to the whim of every outsider. You're not welcome here. Be gone. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gilbert, the head of security here at Little Alamago. I heard tell you had business with Gundabald. Knowing that Bristly O'Bear doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much a word of thanks out of them despite watching the place day and night. Thanks or no, I try to help my fellow men when I can, and you seem a decent sort. Tell me what's brought you here, maybe I can lend you a hand. The trial of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I've been on the lookout for miles to the south of here. If there's any suspicious activity, they all like to have seen it. I was in mind to take them a cup of sweet Thanalan tea to lift their spirits. If you were learned to run this little arm in my stead, they'd be more than willing to tell you what they know. Shoot, don't bother me. The theology are overrun, I'm blaming you. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry? A suspicious masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of something fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't make out whether it was a man or not, but with a mask and robe. Assuming that he was a he was talking with some Alamegans. Assuming he was one of them. You there, are you Namalja? No? Then carry on. Ah, the sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had to drop a sweet Thanalan. I'm gonna enjoy this. What, a masked man? Don't care. Unless he's got dark scaling skin, stands 10 foot tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I'll give him a marmor's fart. What the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Well, ain't you considerate? Thanks for it. What's that? Masked villain? Hide among the refugees, like us not. We compatriots as live here go about and as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tisn't impossible to tell what they're on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have ought to share with you? Doesn't sound like much to go by. If you get any further investigation, it seems like you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. So you're determined to press on with the investigation, and I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust. And the Best way to win their trust is to get their compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. According to the talking old dog, Balamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible. Common purpose. The purpose, of course, is the liberation of the home for the Galligans. Galdabon belongs to the Almegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Welcome back, my friend. I can see that you're not regretting your training. On my part, I fear that deciphering the ancient chronicles of my people is proving as much as more demanding task than I can imagine. Mind you, it hasn't helped that I've been somewhat cooperative lately. A comrade of mine from my days in the company of heroes asked me to do a favor, and it's taking me back and forth across the realm like some bloody fairy. I'm on the hunt for some mysterious feral beast that's been terrorizing small people who don't know where this monstrosity came from, but witnesses say it's thirst for blood is unlike anything they've ever seen. Fortunately, the time I've spent in pursuing the beast is not this time I've not been spent done with conquest. Sorry to say I've made little progress. However, while on the road, I was able to decipher one passage that may be of interest to both. From what I can gather, the chronicles tell of an ancient set of armor forged by my ancestors in the flames of the Seven Hells, and inscribed with the same arcane incantations that adore the soul of the warrior. It would seem that this mighty armor was passed down from hero to apprentice for centuries. The one man, driven by range and vainglory, cast all 5 pieces from Lafayette's highest peak. Since that day, the armor has remained lost, and with it, the powers at heartless. So as I can make out the next passages in the Chronicles concerning the whereabouts of these missing artifacts, I've only been able to make a sense of the odd word this far. Still, I must confess some excitement. Imagine what a warrior clad in such garb could achieve. For my brother here. We can decipher the next text together and spread the teachings of our people to the entire realm. Alas, he is not. His whereabouts are as hidden to me as the ancient armor. I would have liked you to meet him, if only so you could look upon a true warrior. Well, perhaps you could still shall. Yours is as large as most people perceive, as cross, face intertwined, such as the will of the spinner. Maybe that my brother has chosen a similar path to mine. I've rambled long enough. You are here to take the next step in your training, and so I shall oblige. In southern reaches of Danlin is the Sigeli Desert. God's forsaken wasteland of naught but sand that stretches as far as the eye can see. It's here that the Leviathan of the Doom lives, Sandworm of gargantuan proportions. When facing this mammoth creature, you will soon realize that the feeble hacks and slashes of your puny axe are ill-suited for the task of felling such a foe. But do not let this dissuade you. Look the stubborn beast within and summon forth a strength that transcends the limits of your physical form. Mind you, first you have to find the beast, and that might prove a tall order itself. The Ood tribe that inhabits the forgotten springs is wise to the movements of the desert, tendencies of the desert. Should you want for guidance, I'd wager that he could set you in the right direction. What is it? Got no words from Mr. Wells, unless that is you're here to become a wolf. Oh! Yeah. Okay, hold on, let me go back to that. dive into the dunes. Saw the fearsome bugger not a week ago, preying upon a group of merchants from the south of Berigo. Peter goes strike. Small ones drop their wares, turn tail and ran. Dumb ones, well, at least they can say they died rich. I've seen the beast. Stands 3 miles high, he does, and stares at the sandstorms with each writhe and wriggle. Showed up in my hunting field some years ago, and has been swallowing up my would-be prey in the gaping maw of his ever since. Sandworms are particularly sensitive to vibrations of the earth, such as made by running. You're looking for someone one piece, and I suggest you search for their tracks, then run about and making as much clever as possible. I would also suggest you seek a cure for your madness. Ah, Rathima. The still grows ever strong. Filling the raging sandworm, the beast within you slowly but surely rises to wakefulness. In your next due battle, methinks you will find yourself capable of movements here too far unfamiliar to you. You have mastered your new fatalities for eternity. In the meantime, I shall continue my study of the ancient texts. Hail, adventurer. You wear the expression of one who seeks new battlegrounds to hone your burgeoning skills. Do not ask how Ned knows, he simply knows. Now tell me, are you perchance familiar with the simple temple of Karn? I will not hold it against you if you are not. The ruins are only surfaced when the calamity split the ground asunder, after all. Any road, it's a popular destination these days for adventurers looking for new frontiers to explore. If you're keen to join them, why not join the southern Thanaland and visit the temple yourself? Well, with the many dangers that lurk within, the mortal flames are keeping close watch over the place. A little fellow by the name of Beeman should be able to offer you passage. That problem. Much better. So, North Road and... Oh. That was poor planning on my part. North Road, North Road.